Hello, one and all, to another episode of Mr. D's Happy Hour. I am here with my special friends. We've got Mr. D himself. We've got Mr. B over there. We've got Nicky J down there. And we got Roger right here. So, and of course, me, your pal, Al. Now, I have no idea what the schedule is today, but I know that Blake's got a little flip-flop back there. So, explain yourself, sir. Right there. Yeah, right there. Right there, pal. Alright, and problem solved.
My hand's staying here the entire time.
We'll just Photoshop a little hand. You've got 3 hands on the screen at one point.
Mr. D, please take care
You
of
know,
this.
bud, that's kind of a bit of a trip hazard. I think that you should definitely get rid of it because you're going to be walking over to your bed and you're going to trip over it, fall over. What if you're in a towel, your butt's in the air, you're exposed? Oh, just like that.
I like how he didn't even touch the flip flop.
That actually hurt.
Uh,
I landed on the bed pretty hard. That's great. My knee.
Can you guys can you fake fall? Is that a thing you guys can do? Because I know that when I try to fake fall, it doesn't work.
What was
because,
that?
you know, I'm scared of
just
hurting
actually
myself.
fall.
That wasn't a fake fall. You just told us it wasn't a fake fall. You hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually hurt right here.
You poor guy.
My fake falls just turn into real falls that I just take the hit for. So.
Yeah. And you get back up every time because you're a strong individual, right?
Yeah.
So, in my time in theatrics, I had to learn how to fake fall.
In my time.
And I'm going to tell you this one secret that the industry doesn't want you to know.
Doctors hate them.
Fake falling is just real falling.
Wow.
Except you just catch yourself.
Oh.
So you're saying I'm a natural?
Yes.
Aren't you, like, not supposed to catch yourself when you fall because you could like break your arms?
Well, it's like a controlled fall.
Yeah.
So like depending on how you do it, like you always land on your elbow, like your forearm, like.
Yeah, don't
So like
land
if
on
I'm
your
falling
elbow.
backwards,
That'd be very bad.
well, because like it's, I don't know how to explain it. So hold on. I'm gonna have to give like a physical demonstration here.
Well, while you give a physical demonstration, while you get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little bit of back context here. Back in our high school days, Nick, he was a professional Dracula. He flew through the air on a rope, and he did the most. He had a stunt double actually, and he was very good at
I did
it.
all my own stunts.
He was
You did all your own
actually.
stunt?
He was the original
Did all my own
Dracula
stunt.
flow.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So when you fake fall, you can't really. I'm wearing the wrong pants for this, so you can't really see what's going on here.
At least
So,
you're wearing
like, when
pants.
I could change that. So, like, basically, like, you want to, like, I don't know, it's, like, all in your leg with how you do it. Like, you just kind of, like,
Hump
throw
the
yourself
air.
back with your leg. Not hump the air. Like, it's almost as if, like, you're sitting down, like, backwards.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of, like, throw, like, your back.
Throw it back.
And
Throw it
then,
back.
like,
yeah.
you, like, land on your arms. I don't know how to explain it. It's, like, it's easier to, like, physically do than, you know.
Did you like go through like a training segment of you
Unfortunately-
practicing this type of fall?
I did falling. I did fighting. I did
So,
what-
so you're kind of like a registered WWE person. Like you could probably
Yeah,
take up
pretty much.
the WWE ring.
Yeah. I did like a little.
Thank you,
I
I
would
Blake.
had
love
like
to
a
see little
sword,
Nicky
I had
J.
a sword fighting class for theater.
A sword fighting class.
Wink.
Yeah, to learn how to like theatrically sword fight.
What were you gonna say, Al? You were gonna say something. I cut you off.
I would love to see Lil Nicky J versus someone such as The Rock, Dwayne Johnson,
take
man.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
You could. But
And I would love a demonstration, but unfortunately, the frames that your camera captures is probably not enough to be able to see it.
Well, we'll have to do this in the. We'll have to do this as like a YouTube short where like you're recording or something.
Hey, I got a pretty good camera. I could do it.
Nick versus Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is more his type. You know what I'm saying? We're all fighting old guys these days to try to prove something, and I think Nick should definitely challenge Arnold Schwarzenegger in a fight. I think that'd be pretty
I'll
great.
do it.
I would watch that for sure. You know what, guys, it's time for the segment of the day that we all wait for. Honestly, every time that everybody gets on this podcast, we wait for this question, and I think that we all know what it is. Roger, how you been, buddy?
This is the peak. This is what we're excited to deal with.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Listening to my mundane life.
Yes.
I
It makes me
mean,
happy.
I like
people
it.
watch soap operas. I mean, they're into that. I mean, your life can't be any less boring than a
There's
soap opera.
people that enjoyed what's that one? It was in New Jersey.
I'm near there.
Jersey Shore, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Like Nikki and Snook and all those people.
Did you ever watch that Mexican one with that little guy, like that little man, and they had a helicopter hat? You know, that one's really good. The music's like bum, 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 bum. It's pretty good. You should watch it.
DMCA'd.
Yeah. Well, you know
You were
what,
just-
buddy?
You were just too
no,
good.
no, that's an American thing. The Mexicans don't have DMCA. All right, everything's for use over there.
There's no copyright over the border.
No, there's not. The DMCA office is in Washington D.C. and we don't honor a Mexican DMCA over here. I read up on this. I know this. I'm half Mexican. I know most things.
He's what you would call an expert in the field.
Yeah, an expert in the field. But yeah, Roger, how you been doing, buddy?
Oh, I was really hoping we dodged this question.
Can't get away from it.
It's
That's
boring. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I have to go wash my car because I'm an idiot, and I parked it underneath a tree when the blossoms were falling, and it rained that day, so my car is covered in dead blossoms that are just
Tragic.
There. So that's my life.
R.I.P. the Blossoms.
Do you ever wash your car? Do you ever go through a car wash? You ever do any of that?
Apparently not, since I still need to do it.
It's been a year, buddy. Hasn't it been a year yet?
No, not yet. Be a year in October.
Oh my God. You went a year without washing your car?
Again, hasn't been a year yet. To clarify, it's been 6 months.
Technically,
It's probably
you got it in 23, and now the year is 24. So technically, you haven't washed it since last
It has
year.
not
It's covered.
been 12 months yet. Therefore, less than a year.
Roger hasn't washed his car since last year, from what I'm hearing.
Have you washed your car?
I have not. I'm a busy man, Roger.
Hey, you should
I
get
don't
on
have time for-
I'm a busy man as he plays Fallout 76.
That's right. I got dailies to grind.
God
Oh
damn.
my God, bro. You know, I think that it might sound stupid to grind out games like that, but there's actually a lot of enjoyment to come out of it. So,
Dude,
in a way, it's
vindication
worth
for
it.
my Destiny addiction.
Yeah, you got to enable your friends. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them feel good for what they're doing, even if it's
Dylan, I
not.
need you
always
to
enable
enable
my
me by
friends.
playing Destiny 2 with me. Why is my
I
mouse
don't
not
know about
moving
that
with me?
much.
Turn the sensitivity too high.
Maybe you're having a stroke in game.
In game?
Yeah.
This podcast is a game from the start. It's been rigged.
Right.
Alan, you seem to have a lot to talk about this podcast. You had a lot to say before we started, and I just kind of want to get on that. I want to know what we're going in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
actually, if you all will pay close attention, while I figured something out. Hold on. That's Dimitri's level, I think, from Sly Cooper, and I just was like, "Oh yeah!" I bought a little MIDI keyboard. It's connected, so I can't show the entire thing, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's all I wanted to say.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always seen those things. I never realized how cool they were until you bought one. I kind of want one now. Looks pretty cool.
It's dope. It's dope as heck.
Do you have a music DAW or anything like that you put stuff in, making your music?
This one actually comes with its own. It's called PC Beats, but I've used Fruity Loops before I had this, and just having this in front of me makes it 10 times more fun. So instead of like, did I click the right buttons? I don't know. It's yeah, that sounds weird. That sounds funky. That sounds pretty cool. So
You see, the entire time that I've ever really known Roger, I've always said he needs to learn how to play keyboard. I've gotten everybody on the bus that he needs to learn how to play keyboard. And I'm just thinking that if we get him one of these things, he might finally fulfill his destiny and become a little key player. You know what I'm saying?
Say less, brother.
Yeah, I mean, he has the potential
Don't
to
you
make some
fucking
really
dare.
good
Piano on the way.
oh, I already sent it. As soon as he said the first word, Roger, I was like, brain clicked.
Stop sending me shit.
Roger, I actually do have a question for you, buddy.
Another one.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I'm getting all the love and attention.
yeah, you are.
Thank you,
It's
Sugar
'cause
Dad.
I've never known somebody that's tone deaf. So when you listen to like music and stuff, can you just not understand it? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it's not like I can't understand it. It's just I physically can't hear high pitches. There's a lot of times where it comes up in games where there's like an alarm sound and I just completely miss it.
Can you hear like a tornado alarm?
Well, that's not very high pitched, is it?
What about a fire alarm?
I mean, there's a very piercing one in college that I had trouble hearing sometimes, but it was so definitely loud that I caught on pretty quick.
So
Weren't we playing a game not that long ago where there's like some kind of noise, and I was sitting there, I was like, what the hell is that noise? And you're like, what noise? And I was sitting there freaking out thinking I was going crazy because I was the only one hearing it because you couldn't hear it.
Wasn't it like Sons of the Forest? There was like a high pitched noise that you were hearing.
Yeah, it may have been while we were in a cave.
Yeah,
think
and
that's
I was
maybe
just
what it
walking
was.
around. I was like, man, it's dark in here. You're freaking
I was
out
sitting
over
there, I'm like,
nothing.
you don't hear that? Yeah, good times.
Good times.
Good times. Existential dread, my favorite.
Love existential dread.
Uh,
That's why I love Dead Space.
It's pretty great.
that's why I like living life. I like existential dread. I definitely get a lot of it every day. Do you guys have something to talk about? Because I do have. I have something I want to ask you guys about.
I have an official Lil Nicky J reviews.
You do that. You
Ooh.
actually do that. Yeah. Yeah, you do that
Ooh.
first.
So, I know it's been a while since we had one of our official Lil Nicky J reviews, but today we have one. And it is with McDonald's new Grandma McFlurry.
Grandma?
Grandma McFlurry.
And do you have to bring your own grandma, or is it like they supply one for you?
She's in the ice cream.
That
JK.
dark fast.
Where'd they find where she was buried?
Cremated.
They call it. So it has three ingredients.
Maybe four.
Obviously, soft serve ice cream, vanilla specifically.
Ooh.
The second ingredient is
Grandma.
They call it grandma syrup.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
that's
don't like
horrible.
that. It's worse. That's fucking so.
The context is giving it even worse meaning.
It's called syrup, but it's more like a caramel drizzle.
I really want to be in the
It's
boardroom
kinda-
meeting whenever they came up with this shit. Honestly.
And then the third ingredient is grandma's candy. And I couldn't really tell what the candy was. I couldn't tell if it was like a
M&Ms.
like toffee or like I couldn't really tell. It was
it
It was
chocolatey?
good. No, it wasn't chocolatey.
Was it a
Yeah,
weather?
it's like a. I can't explain to you the taste. Like I just have to show you.
I don't
See, when you say
know.
grandma's candy, I think of those little strawberry candies with the little red filling inside. That's
See,
definitely
that's what
grandma's
you would
candies,
think,
yeah.
This-
but it's the complete opposite of that. It's like a. I don't know. Like I would say it's like a toffee or something like that. That's what it
I
kind of
love
seems like.
toffee. Favorite candy bar is a Heath bar.
I love Heath.
You're gonna lose
Bars
your
are pretty
teeth
great.
doing that.
Forever.
That's bad for you.
You're gonna lose your teeth to Heath?
Yeah.
Oh, this actually reminds me. There's a Hershey bar. I think it's like the Hershey Symphony or something like that, and it has like almonds and toffee and something else.
Oh.
It's fucking.
It's got the
best
whole
candy
band.
ever.
The whole band
Yeah.
together.
Dude, we're getting the
That's
band
right.
back together.
Hell
Getting
yeah.
the band back together.
Do you guys? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get off track. But do you guys remember that fucking movie with that little bear that was trying to get the fucking country bears back together? Did you ever watch that? The
What?
Country Bears? The little country band? It was a Disney movie. But it wasn't
Talking about
animated.
little-
It was like
Wasn't
live.
animated.
No, it wasn't animated.
Oh.
They were like, yeah. You know what? Watch it sometimes because that little bear reminds me of Nick.
We gotta know what movie.
The Country Bears.
The country.
The
Were
country
they like?
bears,
Weren't they like
man.
weird
Those don't
animatronics?
They looked like weird
Wow.
animatronics, yeah.
I think I know what
Oh,
you're talking
I don't
about.
like that.
I don't
Yeah.
like what I'm looking at.
What's the little bear named Freddy?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's been a long time ago, but Nick reminded me of that. So I don't know. I just had to say it.
There's a character named Ted Betterhead.
The
He's
Country
got
Bears.
sunglasses. He's the lead singer.
You guys would love the movie. Gotta watch it. 10 out of 10.
You'll have
Recommend.
to watch it with me.
Yeah, we can have a watch party of the Country Bears together. Sounds good.
Apparently,
Nick,
one of them
go
had
ahead.
an alcohol problem.
Me
So,
too.
anyways, my review of the product, it's not bad. It's a little too sweet for my taste. Unless like you have like a very strong-willed sweet tooth, you can get sick of it pretty quick. Like it's just that sweet. So it's kind of like grandma's treats. So
Mhm.
I feel like the name is
Grandma's
very
treats.
fitting. It can be a little weird, obviously to you guys, but
You're being a little weird. My favorite part is grandma's syrup.
Mm.
it's just
Like there had
that's
to
what
be
it's called, man.
somebody in that boardroom that was like, "Hey guys."
Well, you have to think like there's
You
probably
have
not an
to
intelligent person that works in the offices of food industry anymore because, like, you look at KFC's products. They literally slapped pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni on a piece of fried chicken, and
it used to be
called it
so
a
good
pizza.
back in the day.
I mean, it had to have been a good, milkshake type thing. Because before the podcast started, I mean, Nick was slurping grandma's syrup down like it was going extinct. So, it was slurping,
We heard the
tongue
slurps.
moving. Yeah, it was.
Nick's
it was
face
nice.
right now is just pretty close to what I'm doing right now.
He will never get it ever again.
You ruined it for him.
I'm trying something new tonight as well. If you guys are
Oh?
interested in that, yeah.
Oh,
Alcohol.
No,
Alcohol.
I'm not. I'm trying a Dr. Pepper. It was
Ooh.
creamy coconut. Yeah, I'm trying the creamy coconut one. It's out now. It's a summer thing. It's a summer fling thing. And I haven't tasted it by itself yet because I've mixed it with my alcoholic beverage. But I will taste it right now just for the podcast sake.
So I was about to say I forgot to do a review on that because I tried it for breakfast one morning.
For
my
breakfast?
favorite
Yeah.
breakfast drink.
Yep. I think it would pair very well with rum.
Drink coffee like a normal person in the morning.
So picture this, right? So you
My
have
disappointment in the fact that fucking Nick is drinking soda for breakfast. That's what you need a picture.
I'm gonna describe what it tastes like. So you have a trough, right? You know those troughs they make like wine in. They like crush the grapes with their feet in. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking
I thought that
about?
was just a big bucket.
Oh yeah, it's a big bucket. You know, whatever. Okay, so you got a bunch of coconut like in that bucket, and you got Nick mashing it with his feet really hard, and it just gets creamier and creamier. And they put it in this Dr. Pepper. You take a swig of this Dr. Pepper, it's like Nick's feet cream. You know, it's so creamy
Oh,
that you
God.
don't know what to do with it. It's so good, and honestly, I recommend that you guys get it. It's better than grandma's syrup, definitely. Yes, Blake. Any questions from the audience?
So this is less of a question and more of a statement. Can we ban Dylan from going into detail about things, specifically if they involve Nick's feet?
Yeah. I second the motion on that.
Cool. I love you, Dylan.
You
But I
guys
also
are
hate
more
that.
uncomfortable. You guys are more uncomfortable with grandma's syrup than Nick's feet.
I don't want to think
I
about
don't know,
next
man.
week.
You got weird about it.
Have you ever
you
thought
made it
about
weird.
Sonic's stinky feet?
I don't like
just
feet.
running around all day and just how stinky they would be.
I wish I had. Wow, never mind.
Nick sticky feet.
No, that. No, you can ask Al. My hatred for feet is immense.
Oh, I hate feet.
I cannot stand them.
Man, he doesn't like anything feet related. Won't even like. I don't think I've ever seen this man's bare feet.
That is
He's always covered his
not
socks.
true.
I've
Always
seen his
covered.
bare feet.
Okay.
I've tickled his bare feet.
Well, Roger, I'll ask. No, I'm not going to ask you. You don't wear socks.
Yeah.
No, you know, Blake, I'll ask you. How many times do you change your socks? You know, do you change them every day? Do you change them every 2 days? Change them every 3 days?
I usually change them every day.
What kind of question is that?
Well, I mean, I don't think everybody changes them every day.
Yeah, maybe people who don't care about their hygiene.
Yeah, and like I also go to the gym almost every day, so they get real stinky.
I mean, they're in your shoes, so it's not like people can
So
smell
you're telling me after a 12-hour shift, sweating your balls off, you don't change your socks?
I took those son of bitches off and I put them on the next 12-hour shift. Then I got less laundry.
That's disgusting. That's how you get athlete's foot.
You know, I never had it, and I had to ask you guys what it is. So apparently, you know
Well, guess what? Next time you put those socks on, you're probably going to get it. Just saying, like, oh, well, I never had it. Carver's about to bite back on you.
Whatever.
Dylan,
Whatever.
I don't even know where to start with that sentence.
You know.
All right.
What?
Have
What,
you guys
Nick?
realized? Have you guys realized that the longer this podcast goes on, the more unhygienic Dylan reveals himself to be?
It's pretty cursed.
I mean, you'll
you know-
never know if it's real or if it's for comedy's sake. You'll never know.
I
And the
feel
truth
you should
is that it's
sanitize
probably
this
true.
microphone that you gave me, though.
Yeah, you probably should, because honestly, I probably farted in it a couple times for jokes. So you
Brother, this is near my face.
What?
I didn't actually do that. That was a joke. I never did
He's
that.
joking about joking.
Yeah,
Don't listen.
I would
to him.
never.
He's
do that.
lying.
I would
That's
never.
a straight
You know,
lie.
Dylan,
I wouldn't put it past him to fart to a mic.
Dylan, I can't wait till the day where, like, you know, we get big and we have our first live podcast, right? And we're all just like slowly going on stage, waving.
I'm going out there in a
And-
Speedo. I don't
And
give a
then, you just slowly smell something get smellier and smellier.
And it's Dylan coming on stage.
Only socks on.
Oh, no.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Cancel.
Oh.
So Dylan, besides my feet, what are your thoughts on the coconut Dr. Pepper?
I mean, you know, I think it's pretty good. I think that you can distinctly taste coconut. Like, it has enough of a coconut taste in it that you get the full effect of the creamy coconut. So I think it's pretty good. I think it does the job. I think it's a good summer taste. I think I could see myself drinking it by the pool on a hot summer day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love a pool.
Okay.
I love the pool.
Yeah.
I can respect
Yeah.
that.
I want to go to the pool.
Go to the
I
pool.
wasn't too impressed with it.
There's a pool here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come swim
Roger-
Rogers.
Do you have a pool in your apartment?
Not in my apartment. Are you crazy?
Well, what do you think he sleeps in? He has a floaty. He just
Couldn't you technically
Huh.
just get one of those inflatable pools and put them in your living room?
yeah.
I think that would go against my renter's insurance.
They don't gotta know about it. We just put it back in the box, never act like we even got it
If
out.
it's not written down,
Yeah.
it's not a policy.
Nothing will go wrong.
Except
It's not
for
a rule if
the
it's not
video
written down.
evidence of us talking about this.
Well, just don't show him the evidence.
Yeah.
Easy.
Ain't nobody gonna see it anyways.
Wow.
and guess what? Once they hear my logic, they'll be like, "Damn, he's right. There's nothing we can do back because we didn't write it down."
Yeah,
No,
Nick's
they're
gonna be your
gonna
lawyer.
They're gonna be like, "Damn, I can't believe they talked about his foot for fucking 20 minutes."
They'll never get to that part. Yeah, I deterred them away. What, Blake? Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. You look like it.
Before I ask this, Roger, did you watch? I'm guessing I already know the answer. Did you watch the Elden Ring trailer?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Wait.
it's good.
Wait, Nick, did you ever finish your review? I think I interrupted you.
Of
You didn't.
the
you didn't
Dr.
yeah, you
Pepper
didn't-
or the
Dr. Pepper?
McFlurry?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying I wasn't too impressed. Like the initial taste was just like Dr. Pepper, and then like it had like a coconutty aftertaste
Okay.
for me. I was like, yeah, I think it would go well with alcohol. But
So
that's about
basically, you're just saying your taste buds are fried and you can't taste good stuff.
it. If that's what you want to believe,
Okay.
buddy.
Blake, you go ahead and talk about what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I was trying to.
I was just gonna bring. Okay, I'm guessing Nick hasn't watched it.
And I don't plan to.
Okay, then I'm not gonna talk about it.
A game
No,
trailer?
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Talk about it, bro.
Well, it's a story trailer.
Oh.
Okay, real quick, Roger. How do you feel about it?
10 out of 10.
It was a cinematic masterpiece. Just watching the trailer.
Yeah, my favorite comment on the video was understood none of it, loved all of it.
Because it's a work of just any of the scenes was just a work of art and just beautiful and just glorious. Okay.
Al, you've never played any. You've never played any of those games, have you?
Nope.
I haven't
I
either.
guess based on
I haven't either.
your reaction.
I'm here with you,
I
buddy.
got
The two of you should
no
do a
idea what
stream
they
where you
talk
try
about.
to co-op through some.
See, that's what we were talking about for sure. We'll definitely have to do that. We'll have to figure it out.
You know what they need to do? They need to get the Switch version of Dark Souls Remastered, and they each hold a Joy-Con.
My God.
I did that with our old buddy Tristan, and it was interesting.
Wait,
I
like,
would've
Get
Mad.
any parries off?
I think he had the left controller, so I think he was the one trying to parry. We were not very coordinated. I'll say that.
so it's a team building exercise. We do it.
It is a
and-
very good
We-
team building
Yeah.
exercise.
You down, Al? You down to do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we should find a way to like configure where like
Beat it
we
with the
each,
steering
like, are
wheel?
playing a game, but like we each like there's only like we only have like one part of the controller, so one of us is like the A, B, X, Y buttons, one of us is the bumper and triggers, the other person's the joysticks, and one person's the D-pad. Or
I honestly think if we want to keep Roger as a friend, we probably shouldn't do that.
I mean, we can set that up in Parsec.
Well, I just
do
know that I'm definitely not one to be able to coordinate well enough, and you'll definitely get mad at me for sure.
Just
I think that's the
seething
whole
rage.
point would be to piss Roger off.
Roger would definitely not have a voice after that playthrough of whatever we would play.
I didn't have a voice
Speed
earlier this
run.
week.
How mad can we make Roger?
He would come onto the podcast and have to use the like text to speech things because he's just been screaming at us the entire time.
Yeah, we could just make a stream. We won't stop stream until Roger loses his voice. Sounds like a perfect plan to me.
I feel like the one I'd be most mad is Nick because I'll be trying to coordinate and he'll start talking over me over like we dig all this way.
Well, Nick
We need to
always
get that item.
Yeah, he always tries to run off, so he couldn't do that anymore. I don't know.
Listen, man, I like exploring. Okay,
I also like talking over me.
I don't. It's accidental. I don't mean to.
You just get too excited.
I do. We just happen to open our mouths at the same time.
Yeah.
You should see Ziggy and I just hanging out. And all of a sudden, after like minutes of silence, we'll both start talking at the same time. We're so in sync.
Like
It's
the band.
creepy sometimes. What'd you say, buddy?
Oh, I said like the band in sync.
Like the band.
It's
didn't know that
gonna
was a
be
band.
me.
It's a boy band, I think, isn't it? Isn't it?
We
Nick?
should start a boy band.
We should start a boy band. That'd be good. I'll be the bass. Nick, what would you be? Would you be the treble?
I don't know. I don't really have any other skills beside bass.
Oh. I'm
I
sorry.
already got the keyboard.
Yeah,
boys.
there you go.
Easy.
You know what? I'll go ahead.
Way to break the silence.
Well, I was actually going to talk about this for something else, but I'll just go ahead and talk about it now because I don't really give a fuck anymore.
Womp.
Not womp. It's a one up.
Womp.
Womp
Womp.
womp.
I think there'll be some interesting opinions in the room, considering we have an indie game aspiring developer in the room, and I think that he has a lot of colorful opinions on this topic. But I was just wondering, what are your guys' opinions on like the indie game genre, like kind of outdoing the AAA game genre, and what do you think the AAA games are going to do to kind of make a comeback in a way? Or do you think they're going to try to steal something from the try to steal a way that the indie game developers do it and kind of try to make the AAA games better in an aspect? Anybody can talk. I'm not asking just a certain person.
Well, I just didn't want to say anything first and then start say something at the same time as like Roger or someone else.
He's learning.
Now that I mentioned it, now he's worried about it.
Yeah, I'm like super self-conscious about it now.
I'm sorry, man. I was just fucking with you.
I think the market for AAA games, I don't think it affects it. I mean, it definitely should embarrass them and humiliate them.
Yeah.
But with what their profit is, I don't think they're worried at all. Because, I mean, everyone's still going to, well, not everyone, but their audiences are still going to buy the new Assassin's Creed or the new COD. Even though they'll sit there and complain about it, they're still going to buy it. They're still going to play it. You know,
I mean,
I think it's past due that a lot of those indie games are getting the appreciation that they should be getting.
Yeah.
But, you know, I really hope it brings out a lot more in that genre and helps a lot of developers that definitely aren't, that deserve that kind of success.
Well, I mean, it really does kind of seem like, even though like we say that about like Call of Duty and stuff, like, I mean, we're part of the problem when you think about it. I mean, fucking Destiny's a AAA game. Fucking Fallout's a AAA game. I mean, you know, like, we'll probably continue
That's what
buying
I'm saying.
those
Like,
games.
there's always going to
yeah.
be people buying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I'll let you guys talk. I've already asked a question. I didn't even let you guys speak. I'm sorry.
The best host.
Was one of the questions like why we think indie games are better than AAA games?
I think that we kind of already know the answer to that, but if you have like a take on it, you're more than welcome to say it.
No, not anything like really crazy or special. It's just indie developers tend to make a game because it's like their passion project and they care about what they're making, while all these big AAA games or AAA companies and games, they're just there to make money, you know? And there are some companies who make fantastic games, like Larian, for example. Baldur's Gate 3. Fantastic game. And it's because they also cared about what they were making. And so hopefully these big companies will learn that that they should actually care about what they're making and not trying to just pump out game after game. But like Nick said, we're going to keep giving them our money, so they're going to keep doing it anyways.
Go, Alan. You look like you have something to say. I'm sorry, I won't say it.
So, with big AAA companies, they have cultivated over the last 10, 20 years a dedicated audience, and I feel like with the release of Starfield, even a flop like that won't turn away some of these people. Now, if that is a big portion, I'm not sure. I don't know the statistics off the top of my head. I'd have to look into it. But like, if AAA companies can keep making mediocrity, why bother making anything new? And I'm pretty sure it was EA that's going to put ads in the games. They're basically trying to make their game as profitable as possible, and like, that's just a big.
That's fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like those that care about the quality of the game, I feel like would, boycott some of these companies, but those that are content with just playing whatever is handed to them, I don't think so. And I don't know how big that group is, but I think that that's going to save these AAA companies from having to actually do any sort of introspection.
I got you. That makes a lot of sense. Roger, do you have anything to say?
With AAA companies and their games, a lot of the issue with them doing like the same stuff year after year is that they have to minimize risk, because a lot of these companies are publicly traded. So most of their money is coming from their investors, and their investors want consistent growth.
Yeah.
And the only way to like mathematically ensure growth is to do the same stuff over and over again. That's why you get Call of Duty. every Call of Duty gave us like a margin increase in player base and profitability, and it's the same game every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see AAA games chasing trends like loot boxes and season passes and cosmetic microtransactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they see these work in other markets and try to adapt these strategies into their market. The reason why indie games are so imaginative is because they are. They are going in different directions.
Yeah. Kind of something that I had to say about it was kind of like with people like, fucking Halo, the IP Halo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel like those kinds of games, like, they kind of don't even know what they have. And I kind of feel like they kind of forgot the entire, the reason that people got into it. And I, like, a lot of the time I feel like they're just trying to do away with campaigns and stuff, and they're trying to make it completely like, multiplayer, microtransactions, skin crossovers, new graphics, stuff like that. And I think that eventually going down that road, I think that people will get tired of it to the fact that they might not, buy it anymore. And I think until that point, they're going to continue to, get worse and worse with it. But
we are seeing that kind of trend where there's like a buyer's fatigue with these live service games because you can only keep players for so long before the game dies, and it becomes like millions of dollars to throw at a game in hopes that it gets a dedicated player base. Because most of these games, they're not, the money they make, it's not from the new players, the people that dip their toes in it. It's the people who fucking buy every single
fucking
thing
whales.
that comes out of the game. Yeah, the whales. That's how the mobile games work. So that, like the gacha systems and stuff like that. And AAA studios here in the West picked up on this because it's a huge market share. It's a huge revenue. And they've adopted this. And since every game does it, no one wants to do it anymore. No one wants to play a game that's like that. As soon as you see the words season pass and it's not like DLC for the game, people just like, fuck this thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ubisoft. Oh, go ahead, Dylan.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but we talk about inflation in a lot of areas and stuff like that. But if you think back in the day, like whenever we were like really young, middle school days and stuff like that, when you were playing a game and they had like, a skin or something extra you could buy for multiplayer or something like that, you don't remember it being like, $20 for like just a fucking digital skin or something like that. These days, you go on the fucking, store to whatever game you're playing, and it's like a good $20 to be able to buy, just a skin to run around in. And I think that's kind of crazy because that is literally like a pretty big fraction of the amount you pay to play the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? And if you're just buying one skin pack, you're going to buy more than likely, and you're buying the game over and over and over again. And I don't know, it's kind of insane how much they've raised the prices of that stuff because I do not remember it being that much back in the day.
No.
You should see the world of Valorant and Counter-Strike when it comes to skins.
I mean, I know Counter-Strike has a fucking
Destiny.
huge market. I don't know about Valorant.
Valorant is also
shit that goes for-
super bad.
Thousands of dollars.
That's insane.
Let me look up what the most expensive Counter-Strike skin is.
Is there a reason that like people want these skins? Is it just because they want to buy them to try to flip them because they might have more rarity down the road or something like that, or do they just want them to want them?
I
think
want
it
them to want
depends on-
them, so...
So I think it's like a person-to-person basis. Like there's some people that know they can make a profit off, getting lucky with that skin, and there's other people that just like it and want it.
I didn't know Destiny had that problem too, Roger.
Yeah, whenever we get like a crossover armor, like the most recent one was the Mass Effect stuff. It's $25 per armor set.
Wow, that's
Per armor set.
insane.
So it's
I thought it was
ridiculous.
like a big bundle.
No, you buy one armor set for one character class, and it's $25.
That
I'm
is
glad I didn't let that
wild.
get me back into Destiny. Jesus Christ.
Well, you don't need to buy it. I mean, I hardly buy anything in the store.
I mean, that's just something that like maybe you kind of want to get back into it because like Mass Effect was like one of my favorite games growing up.
I mean, you talk about these prices and think about the audience playing them. Sure, there's that big margin of people that they're older and they have a good job and they don't have to worry about money too much. But there's a big portion of the people playing that that they fucking make like $10 an hour or something like that, and they literally went to work for like 2 or 3 hours just to be able to like purchase that skin to be able to fucking play. And that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy to think about when you actually put the thoughts into what people do to be able to like have that skin because they fucking made the price so high. That's insane to me. I don't know. It's a fucking crime. It's a crime, really. It's taking advantage of people.
These prices are they don't just like pick them willy-nilly. They're mathematically set. They'll know if it's this price. They know this percentage of the player base will buy it, and they will make this much money off this skin.
Are people that predictable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You predict people with mathematics all the time.
That's crazy. I didn't think
Oh, sorry.
I didn't think mathematics would take a place into it. I thought it was just like a chance thing. But I guess what do I know?
It's all mathematics. It's all predetermined. They figured it all out way in advance before you ever even saw it or knew it was going to be a thing.
So basically, they're trying to figure out the least they can throw at us for the most money.
Yeah, like any like business would to get the most profit.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying, Blake?
You guys should guess what price the highest Counter-Strike skin is, or was whenever it was sold.
Isn't it like 40,000 or something like that?
More? No way, dude. There's no way. There's no way somebody has that much money to just drop on a
Dylan.
fucking gun skin. It's like fucking like 60,000.
Okay. Now, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say over 100,000.
Okay. Nick, what's your guess?
I think it was around 75,000. I remember me and one of my buddies looking at some skins.
He hit it
before,
on
and
the
there was
fucking
one that was
dot. I could tell by your face reaction.
$400,000.
Good
Jesus
Lord.
Christ.
None of us were even close.
Nope.
Almost a half
About
a
the
million
four, who knows
dollars?
it?
Almost
Oh,
$500,000
That's fucking insane.
for a skin
you
in
can
the
probably-
video game.
You can probably treat them like NFTs then.
I mean,
So
do you think that maybe money laundering and stuff could probably play a part in that?
Oh yeah. Anything that has like an arbitrary value that is based on just human interest instead of like supply and demand or how useful it is, it's immediately it can be used for money laundering. That's why art shows are so expensive and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
because all artists are money launderers. Yes, thank you.
No.
Good job, Alan. I appreciate that.
I picked up on what he was putting down. Yes, sir.
It's because they buy the art and then they donate it, so it's a tax write-off.
That's wow. Yeah, these people are very smart. These people are extremely smart. I would have never thought.
It's a classic fucking way of cleaning up your dirty money. You give it away basically, and then the government's like, "Oh, you were so generous with your money. Have most of it back."
Yep. Doesn't make any sense.
So you don't think that an ordinary Joe is buying a fucking Counter-Strike skin that expensive? You think it's like more than that?
No, of course not.
An ordinary Joe doesn't have that much to spend
Yeah.
on the skin. Are
I
you
tell him
kidding
to
me?
go buy a house. He's made it rich, man.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's
He can
crazy.
fuck over the housing market right now. If he's that liquid, Jesus.
There's a trend I really hope the gaming industry doesn't start following since we're on this topic. Is what Ubisoft is getting ready to do with their, mind you, single player game that's coming up. It's the new Star Wars, I think Star Wars Outlaws or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you can get it as a pre-order bonus if you pre-order like I think it's like $150 version, or you can grind the season pass for it. A season pass, a DLC mission, and a season pass for a single player game.
Why the fuck
Ubisoft
would you
can
want to
kick
do
rocks.
that? Why would you have any reason to want all that stuff in the season pass if it's for a single player game?
Ubisoft is dumb.
Your guess is about as good as mine.
I mean, I hardly have an idea of like why people want the stuff in a season pass in a multiplayer game, but the only thing I can come up with is, which I kind of understand, is like, just to show it off and stuff like that, and have that those items down the road whenever they become like, old, and you have all those items to kind of show off to your friends and stuff. But a single player game, there's no way. But Alan, I kind of have a question about the ads. Like what is the idea behind that? Would they run them like a mobile game? Would you like play so much and then an ad would pop up and then you'd have to like wait to exit it and then and play more and another ad would show up or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't read that far.
Saw the headline.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just EA. I saw like Sony was wanting to start putting advertisements, and Microsoft was wanting to do the same thing.
Shit, there's advertisements on your home screen for your consoles.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's ridiculous.
but you kind of got to expect that.
I have advertisements for Amazon Prime stuff and other stuff on my home screen for my TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even like an Amazon TV. It's just Roku.
I watched a Linus Tech Tip video, or it was like their short circuit channel or something about smart TVs the other day when I was at work. And apparently, like most of the money that the TV companies get for the TV sales is not the sale of the TV. They actually break
the
pretty
ad
close
revenue.
to being even on that. It's the advertisements and like the sponsorship deals that they get to put stuff on their television.
What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
isn't that crazy? It's ad revenue that makes the bank on these TVs.
So you're telling me that YouTubers and big TV tech companies make money the same way?
Pretty much.
That is wild.
Well, I mean, the TV, like their ad revenues, like majorly surpass the fucking, ordinary streamers content creator because like everybody has a fucking smart TV. You turn on your TV and look at the fucking ad, they probably get money off of it.
I don't have a smart TV.
You don't have a
I don't
smart
either.
TV. Really?
Nope. Mm-hmm.
Neither.
My TV's from 2006, man.
What the fuck?
It never broke, so I just kept using it.
Boys, a fucking a Roku TV is like $150. Like, it's not
But
breaking.
I bought a Roku box thing. It's fine. It works.
But not like a 50-inch one.
Well, the Roku box
No, I
has
think
the
mine
fucking
is-
ads on it too.
Why do I need
I think
a
mine
Roku
is like
box?
50 something. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, you
So-
probably don't because you use your Xbox to watch all the fucking streaming services because I always see you come on at like 11 at night because you keep the TV on all night.
He does that.
Speaking, I can't remember what it was called, but there was something that was basically bundling all like the streaming services for like $15,
What?
or at least the big ones.
For $15.
There was some company that was. I can't remember what they.
Yeah,
were
I think
called.
it's like jailbroken Fire Stick. Is that it?
No.
Get it for like $15, easy.
Yeah, be careful buying that kind of stuff, though, because a lot of them have malware.
Yeah.
Comcast. That's what it is.
Comcast.
Comcast unveils $15
Comcast.
per month Stream Saver bundle.
I don't have Comcast here, though.
So yeah, it comes with Peacock, Netflix, Apple TV,
Oh,
and I think there was one more.
Oh,
no,
so
it's
none of
just
the
those
big
three.
ones that are worth
I mean, Netflix.
more than $5.
I mean, Apple TV Plus. That's pretty much
Netflix
everything,
has
any
been
and everything.
deteriorating because everybody's
That same thing
pulling
as
to their
Amazon
own streaming
Prime.
service.
Well, I mean, they still got their own original content for the most part. People's gonna buy that shit to watch the original content that come out on Netflix.
mhm.
Yeah.
Shut up, Alan. I don't know. Didn't they still make money off of that stuff whenever they didn't have their own streaming services when it was on Netflix's platform? I mean, why do they have to fucking pull everything to separate platforms?
Because you make more money. You cut out the
More
middleman.
money.
I don't know.
I really thought you had something intelligent to say, Blake, and I was waiting for it, and then you said, I don't know, and you really let me down.
You guys remember when Netflix was on disc?
The good old days.
It was
What?
when they used
Oh.
to send out DVDs.
Yeah. Yep. That was a long time ago.
Can you just imagine being those guys who started Netflix? Just being like, yo, what if we just put the CD in the mailbox?
Just mail it out, bro.
And now they're a multi-billion-dollar company or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you guys still believe that GameFly is still a thing?
Gamefly is a
Was
thing
it
still?
really?
GameFly is still a thing because I saw an ad for it on
No, it's
Facebook. Yeah, they
not.
are, because everybody was like, why the fuck would we buy off a game? Why would we run off a GameFly? It's kind of irrelevant. And, they were still advertising and they're still up, and I guess they're still making money. I mean, it's still a fucking company. There's still people still use it.
Thing.
Yeah, it's still here.
I mean, it's actually kind of smart because no one does demos anymore.
Yeah.
So where you could try a game out for like what, $8, I think is what they
Yeah,
charge.
and then you get it discounted off when you actually want it. You don't have to pay full price for it. So I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense in a way. It's better than spending the whole $60 and playing it for like, an hour and a half like Alan played Fallout 4.
$70
now.
Okay, so their most elite plan here is for 3 months, you can have 2 rentals at a time. You pay $21, but after those 3 months, you have to pay $32. So it goes up
That's
by
still-
$11, almost 12.
I would say that's still over half off of a game though. One singular game.
Wait, can you say that again? Because I didn't really.
So per month, you have per month for 3 months, you pay $21 to rent 2 games at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and you can only rent it. Wait, game locked. What does that mean? Whatever. And then after those 3 months are up, the price goes up to $32.95 a month.
So you might as well just fucking bought the game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you should have made your decision by
That's
then
still
anyway.
over half off of a game though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's
But even though it's half off, it's like, let's say you want to play the game, or like you have the game for 3 months, and that's $60, and then after that it's $32. Let's say you just keep wanting to play the game, then that's just charging you $32 every single month just to play the same game.
I mean, let's be fair here. Like fucking Game Pass Ultimate and stuff like that. Like it sounds good, and
yeah.
it is good. It is good,
Yeah.
if you don't really know what you're into and you want to download a bunch of games and stuff like that. But if you have a single game that you play off of Game Pass, which I know that a lot of people do, you're basically like at that point, paying buku's amount of money if you have it for like 2 or 3 years for a single game. So, I don't know. Like it's worth it, but it isn't. I guess it's.
I think didn't Xbox do away with Xbox Gold? It's like you have to like have Game Pass to like play online. And
I
stuff
think they
now.
have different tiers of Game Pass,
yeah.
so I think that
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get basic and it'd be just like Xbox Live.
no.
Basic.
If only everybody was like
Ultimate.
if everybody was like Nintendo and kept their online services at like $5 a month, that'd be great.
Isn't it like $60 a year for like the money bags version of what they got?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like $20
Something
a
like
year?
that.
Well, for the money bags version where you get like the emulators and shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, really. But I mean, at the same time, they don't really have that many online games that you need that for. So, makes sense.
I haven't turned on my Switch in forever. I don't think since the last time we either played Smash or Mario Wonder.
We need to play
I
some
think that was
Smash.
the last time.
We need to finish Mario Wonder 2. That was actually really fun. We just never got around to it.
There
Just let me know and I'll renew my subscription.
there really isn't any Switch games that like I want to play right now.
I mean, Nintendo's been dead for a couple
Well,
months. There hasn't been anything crazy going on.
They have a direct.
Telling me
next
you
one,
don't
right?
want to play Smash right now, Blake?
You're telling me that I don't want to play Princess Peach Showtime?
Some
Actually,
people liked it.
yeah, no, I watched a video of it. It actually looked like it was a lot of fun.
Do you think that the price of games is going to keep going up, or do you think that it's maxed out at $70? Or do you think that eventually, 20 years from now, it's going to be $120 to buy a single game?
Oh, they're already talking
Yeah,
about
about-
making it 80.
80?
Shoo.
Jesus Christ! Why?
I don't fucking
You get
know.
the same thing that you did
Not gonna
before.
Most of these games ain't
Well,
even worth the $60.
Yeah. Try telling them that though. That they spend
I
like
do, with
billions
my
of
wallet.
dollars a year fucking doing this shit.
They ain't gonna listen.
Ain't gonna listen.
Is the Pirate Bay still a thing? Is that still up and running?
I think actually it is, but it doesn't do pirated content anymore.
Then what's the point?
Well, the original
It's
one
no
got
longer
taken
the
down
Pirate
multiple
Bay.
times.
Sad.
It's just the bay now.
It's just the bay.
Just a bay.
It's like
You see
it's a restaurant.
couple dudes in a lawn chair on the beach.
Guys, that's what we need to change the podcast name to.
The Bay.
The Bay. And it's just us sitting on a dock.
Oh,
We're not even looking at the camera. We're looking out towards like a sunset.
yeah, margaritas in hand. Sounds great to me.
All right, boys, we're all packing up and moving.
If I can, I'm under contract.
We're packing up and moving to Roger.
We're all gonna pitch in to break your
You,
contract.
you
so
don't
can-
want to go to the beach here. The beach here is facing Jersey.
You know what? That's all you had to say.
I've always wanted to go to Jersey. Jersey Shore, man.
It's nothing special.
The TV show made it look pretty special.
Apparently, you're not allowed to
Glorified.
pump your own gas in New Jersey. They get mad at you.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's fucking America. I'll
Apparently,
do
it's
what
like
I
that in a
want.
couple states.
It's illegal in New Jersey. You're not allowed
Yeah.
to pump your own gas.
Is it something to do with like stealing gas and something and stuff like that?
I don't know about that. I don't really know much about it other than like the stories of people trying to pump their own gas and then
Yeah.
getting fucking hollered at by an angry New Jerseyan.
Yeah.
There are no states where it's illegal to pump fuel at a self-serve fuel station.
Look, man.
Really?
The thing is if they're gonna get mad at me for tapping the nozzle on my fucking thing to get the last few droplets out of it, then I don't even want to be a member of the United States anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell
So-
motherfuckers suck my nuts.
If it's
I
a
can do what I
self-serve
want. Free
station,
country.
There he is.
Lucky I even came to your lousy state.
Oh,
Nick, you're a funny little
yeah.
guy.
You are a funny little guy.
I just don't care.
He don't care.
I'll tell any man or woman or child to look the other direction, or otherwise they're going to get a foot in their butt. And that's the PG way of putting it.
I don't know, man. You know, when
Because we're known about being PG on this show.
I don't think that I get
Oh,
mad
but
at
New
somebody.
Jersey is the only state that bans self-serve gas.
Oh.
Interesting.
I mean, can you really get mad, at somebody else pumping your own gas? I mean, there's some kind of bougie about it. You know what I'm saying? You pull up, somebody pumps your own gas, you ain't got to get out of the car.
There's a
Well,
place
you have to pay for the gas and then tip.
You don't have to tip.
Yeah, I ain't paying someone else to pump
Well,
my
the
gas.
thing,
If you don't want to be an asshole,
well,
you tip.
well, you know what the thing is there was one in Carrollton that would always be self-serve, and then I go to it, and the first time I was like, okay, here's $10 for a tip, and they're like, we can't take your tips, and I was like, I'm gonna keep coming here because I don't have to tip. Fuck yeah. So I
is it the one that's across from the newer
Across
gas
from
station?
Casey.
yeah.
Whenever we lived at our old house, actually, I think my mom still goes there. That's the only gas station she will go to.
I mean, there had to be a
Just-
camera there or something, because I know that if I was working at that motherfucker and somebody handed me $10, I'd be snatching that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
He'd be pocketing
You
it.
Fucking pocket that shit. I work here for. Don't look all mad, Al. You know you do it too.
I'm not mad. I was reading. I was gonna say though, like, You could just not tip and then tell them to get a job where it actually pays your bills instead of relying on the kindness of other people. Just saying.
You sound like one of those
Don't
fucking people at Walmart that is like, I don't work here. I'm not going to self-check out. Are you one of those people?
Yeah, why would I?
Are you real?
It's not my
Are you
job.
actually one of those people?
I think I
It's
haven't
hurting the
used
job market.
I haven't used a not in self scan thingy in years. Probably like half a decade, if not more. Like the only time I've used the conveyor belt thingies is when I've had too much stuff and I know the person. So
Yeah, I've only ever done
the
it.
social interaction is just nerve wracking.
I've only done it recently, like if there isn't a self checkout. That's the only way. But most places have self checkout now.
Yeah.
I have Instacart. I don't even do my own grocery shopping.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah, we were standing in line at Walmart one night, and there was this big country hulking looking dude with like cowboy boots on with a big thing of dip in his mouth, and this old lady, like she
I don't need
she
that.
was really nice, and she was like scanning our stuff and putting our stuff in our bags, and she hadn't went to lunch in a long time, so she was like telling everybody at the end of the line, I'm about to go on lunch, I can't really take any more people, or I'm not going to be able to go on lunch, and the guy behind me was like, well, I don't work here. This is your job. You don't need to be putting your responsibilities off on me. And he was getting all mad and screaming in this old lady's face. And, it's just kind of one of those things to where, there's a time and place for that shit. Don't be that asshole. Don't be that asshole.
Why didn't you turn around and say something, brother?
I don't think that you would have. I really don't.
Oh, I 100% would have. I would have told that motherfucker to eat rocks.
Because this dude, this dude was kind of one of those dudes. You know that on the SpongeBob movie, the really good SpongeBob movie where they have mustaches and shit. You know that guy with the big boots
The
that
first one?
stepped on him with those big. And David Hasselhoff was in it. Yeah,
Dennis.
this guy looked just like Dennis. Yeah, this guy looked just like Dennis.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what happened to him? He still ate the curb. So
If I were the register person at the time, I'm not paid to take abuse from anybody. So I would have said, okay, sir. And I would have helped everybody till I get to that person, closed my register as he's unpacking his stuff on the conveyor belt, and walked away. So what's he going to do? Check out?
He'd
Didn't think
step
so.
on you.
He came to my line.
Step on you because he's
The
Dennis.
shitty part about those kind of jobs is that you wouldn't be there at the end of the week either.
Not paid to take abuse.
No.
You wouldn't be paid at all anymore after that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they are protected by the union, then you can just show up and do something and then not get fired because technically you worked.
Can you give me a job application?
Easy. An application?
Can you get me a union that does shit?
No. No, they don't do nothing.
That's the real
They just
question. I've never seen a union that actually fucking does anything.
I don't think I've ever been a part of a union.
Well, I grew up my early working life was in South Carolina. It was just a right to work state. So the unions are they're worthless because they don't have any power.
What, the right to work state's just like you're lucky you can even work? Just fucking appreciate your job.
No, right
you
to work
fucking
means
peon.
that you don't have to join the union to work at a place.
Yeah.
You can show up, and if they ask you to join, you can say nah. If it's not right to work and you have a union for that work, you have to join a union and you have to pay the union dues.
Mm-hmm.
Is
In South Carolina, you can tell them to shove it.
the union
And,
dues?
and because of that, they don't have any money and they don't have any power, so they don't really do anything.
Are they really expensive or something? Is that why you wouldn't want to pay it?
They can take a significant portion of your paycheck. And I was working 2 part-time jobs. I didn't want to fucking do any of that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't remember it being super significant, but regardless, getting paid to do nothing, no. No thanks. So I never signed up for any of the unions that would come to me. And if I did, it was not by intent, so I will sue. Because you stole money from me. So
when I was at my first co-op job, the way the guys explained it to me, it's like they don't do crap, but it cause all the bosses pretty much suck there, or most of them. They said it just helps keep the target off your back because there's just some scummy people that are in higher up positions. So it's if something happened, they would be like, hey, Can't touch him. You know, he's union. Yeah. And
Can't touch him.
that'd be that.
Can't touch this. You know, boys, if I've learned anything today from this podcast, and I've actually learned quite a lot, it's that whenever I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm going to get my ass beat if I speak up for myself, I'm going to be like, what would Lil Nicky J do? And,
Facts.
you know, I think if we all, you know, even the listeners in this podcast, if we all just took a second in our lives where we're like, we're in a situation we don't think we're going to make it out of alive, and we're like, what would Little Nicky J do? I think this world might be a little bit of a better place. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Thank you, buddy. I mean,
Yeah.
You're an inspiration.
Inspiration. You know, also, what would your pal Al do? Because, you know, at that point, you know, he's not taking any shit. You know, don't walk on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll sue. So,
see, difference between me and Al, I'll tell you to go eat rocks. I will tell you to go eat rocks and make you eat rocks.
Oh. So when you think about posting something hateful in the comment section of this video, just remember, we will sue.
And then thank you for the interaction for the bump the algorithm.
Yeah, thanks for commenting.
I'll make sure to like every single one of them. Get that interaction up.
That's right.
I'll pin my favorite.
Did you guys see that comment on one of our videos where they were like saying that this could be better and this could be better and this could be better?
Yeah, well, what the fuck was that? This guy says, I have optimized your videos. Like, you don't have access to the channel. You haven't fucking done shit.
Unless you, like, recorded it on OBS and, like, fucking did a bunch of changes to it, then you didn't really do anything. You just said that we sucked and, like, went on about your day.
I think I was logged into the channel at the time, so I just responded, thank you for the feedback.
I saw it, and I was just confused.
I didn't see that.
I didn't know if it was a bot or not. I kind of just assumed that it was a bot or something.
I think it's a bot.
Yeah, I think it's a bot.
Just for the broken English alone.
Yeah. But it's been about an hour, boys. You know, Alan has said something inspirational, and Little Nicky J has said something inspirational. I won't make you
Apparently,
say.
we need to step up our game. Blake.
I won't make you say anything inspirational, Roger, because you're very tired. Blake, will you say something inspirational?
I don't wanna.
Tell him
Me
to eat
too,
rocks.
man. That inspires me.
You know what?
I know what this is about to be.
What was about to be?
When somebody makes you do something that you don't want to do, don't do it. Or something like that.
I was
to eat
gonna
rocks.
say, whenever you're in a hard situation and you don't know what to do, and there's
You get harder.
You get harder.
Whenever something's hard, you get harder.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way to overcome it, is to get harder.
Just weird them out.
Keep some blue chew on you at all times.
That's right.
All times.
Life
One of those
advice
bad
with
boys
Mr.
is
D.
enough. Pop another.
Remember, kids, if it lasts more than 4 hours,
It's just a pharmacy myth.
If what lasts more than 4 hours,
it's just a pharmacy.
it's what Big Pharma wants you to think.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Little Nicky J, give us your wonderful speech for the end of these episodes. Give us the mustache, the full effect, the kiss at the end, everything.
Remember, everybody, you're nobody till somebody loves you. And that somebody is me. I love you. Good night.